Hey, what's up? Dane Cook, and I'm here on Howard TV to talk about my show at Madison Square Garden.
Dane, you're a big fan, right?
I am, yes.
Yeah, this is your first time on the show. You
First
nervous?
time.
You nervous? You excited? What do you expect?
Not really nervous. I don't know what to expect because it's Howard, so you never know what to expect. But that's kind of good. That's good. That's where the good stuff is, when you're a little scared.
You're a little bit?
Actually, no. Not really.
All right, so you're going to have a good time today, right?
After you've been in front of 20,000 people, everything else is a little bit more relaxing.
Dane Cook is out promoting his Dane Cook and Friends tomorrow night at 7 o'clock at the New York Comedy Festival. This guy's on fire.
He's the man.
It's at the Garden.
You're smaller than I thought you were.
It's at the Garden tomorrow night.
Oh,
wow.
I mean, Dane Cook, where did you say it was going to be?
At the New
Comedy
York...
Cellar?
No, at the New York Comedy Festival. Hey, Dane, nice to see you.
What's going on, Howard?
What's
Good to see you.
Man? You know, I guess it's kind of legendary in the comedy community that you, of course, built your following on the internet. You successfully figured out how to harness the power of the internet.
I did.
When you're an unknown comic, when you're a guy just coming up, how do you get your word out that you have this website and people should follow you? I don't even understand how you pulled it off.
I was, like most people, masturbating violently 23 hours a day.
Right.
Violently.
Violently masturbating.
Like you were angry at your penis. That's right.
Angry at my career.
Right.
Actually.
How old were you at this point? When you were really angry at your career, you'd been trying comedy, it wasn't going well.
Well, this is 20 years, this New Year's Eve, and so I was like 27.
Right, and it's getting to the point where you go, like 30 is a weird age to still be doing comedy and not get anywhere.
I'm like college act, and I'm getting a little bit too old to, do the same kind of thing. So I just started sending out like links to my skits and stuff like that online,
right.
And it became like my thing. I'd spend half the day playing video games and the other half just emailing links and trying to figure out who my fans were online.
And were people like your parents saying to you, this is a waste of time? Were they at the point where they said, listen, you're sitting at home,
still living at home
with links, you're making links, and because sometimes I see people with links, and you go, boy, asshole, you're making links. Why don't you get out and work? But it worked for you. You got a following. How many people were on your website?
Like at one point, it was like when MySpace was at its absolute peak. It was like 2.5 million followers,
wow.
and then like 1 million hits on my personal website. It was almost scary, to be honest. It was a little bit like, I have to kind of live up to this.
Right, it became
thing.
An obligation. And in fact, what was on the website that was so compelling? You did some skits and you'd post it.
I do a lot of ribbon dancing, and so I would do the ribbon techniques,
right,
and just anything non-comedic.
Would you record this yourself with your own video camera?
I did. I would do like local sets at down in the Village or the Laugh Factory in L.A. And I would just post anything. I would just post even if it was an unfinished joke, or I would just sit in front of my computer and do like little webcam chats. But I had no fans at the time. At first, It was like
it was obnoxious.
10 people. Yeah, it was obnoxious, and 10 people that I knew their names.
Right.
And I would just, talk to the same 10 people, and I watched it go like 10, 20, 40, 80.
Wow.
Until finally it was, arenas, and it's been a wild ride, man.
Right, it's a wild ride, and
but still masturbating violently. I still find the time.
Do you not have a girlfriend?
I do.
You do?
Yes.
What does she do? She in show business?
She is a singer. She sings, yeah.
And there's a steady relationship. Were the rumors that you were with Jessica Simpson are just merely a rumor?
Rumors?
But usually where there's smoke, there's fire. You went out with her, right?
Little dalliances here and there. But
I would love to bang her.
But
I mean, as a guy who masturbates a lot too, that's a hot girl. I mean,
she was beautiful.
Beautiful girl.
Why and that also has to be some kind of a craziness, because here you were 27 sitting in your room, and now you're with Jessica Simpson.
Yeah, I used to masturbate violently to her.
Right, and now you're with her. I've actually had that happen.
Yeah?
Where I masturbated to someone, and then I met him, and I got to bang him.
You,
I would watch Newlyweds and just hold my hand over Nick.
But also, that didn't work out, though. She wasn't a girl that you could stay in a long-term relationship with.
No. And plus, I was, not to bum out, but it was like, my mom was really sick. I was making that movie. My mom was got cancer. And so it was like, if I wasn't on set, I was, taking care of my family. So
Bad timing.
Yeah, definitely.
Is your mom still alive?
No, she passed away.
From cancer?
From the masturbating violently. It's a really strange thing that...
But at least she got to see that you made it.
She did.
She saw you in your room making video links and links to your website.
Absolutely.
And this was not... Your father still alive?
My dad... I lost my mom and dad to cancer within 9 months of each other. Both of them got cancer. Oh. That same year that everything kind of blew up, and everybody was like the white hot spotlight, I was like at home, taking care of my folks. And so it was weird, man. It was a weird time.
Terrible
but they
timing.
both got to see it.
But terrible timing on your parents' part. True?
Yeah, I blame them entirely.
Yeah, I mean...
schedule your cancer deaths.
You finally hit it. Everything's coming into fruition.
Yeah.
The whole plan is working.
They ganged
and the
up on
two of
me.
them, there they are, burning
They were in cahoots.
See, my father had the decency to die when I was a complete loser.
Right. So you had a lot of time to devote to him.
He wanted to go.
I mean, you've been linked to beautiful women.
True.
Kate Hudson, I think. No, Katie Holmes.
No,
was it Kate Hudson?
Kate Hudson.
Kate
I did a
Hudson.
film with Kate Hudson. Yeah.
But it doesn't mean it's weird to do a film with a girl. You do fall in love in a sense when you get to do these films with people, and then I guess when you get off set, it's a whole different reality.
Yeah, it's what are they? A location ship sometimes.
Right, because you're in a movie together. Everything you're being catered to. And
you have makeup on. You look great.
Right, and you're working together, and you rehearse, and and suddenly you're banging Kate Hudson. Jesus Christ.
Not actually banging, but pantomime banging, yes.
You never banged her?
No.
Never?
No, she had a boyfriend at the time.
Oh,
and we were just actually
not,
buddies.
It was not a romance?
Yeah, no, there was really no,
Jessica Simpson was a romance.
That was just kind of like hanging out.
Little pork in here and there. Everybody's having a good time.
I wouldn't say pork and maybe beans.
Pork and beans. All right. The movie I like that you did was Mr. Brooks. I love that film. Good film. Did that film do well commercially?
I think it made enough money to pay me.
So why didn't that movie do well? It was you and Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
I think it was one of his best roles.
Yeah.
He plays this insane, and you play an insane guy, and it's really, I'm always looking for good movies to watch, and that's one of those surprises.
And the other person in it is Demi Moore.
Right. You rent it on DVD, and you go, man, this is a good movie. Why didn't I see this in the theater? Was it poor marketing? What the hell happened?
I don't really... Yeah,
Did you not video link?
It was a low budget. It was definitely a low budget film, and when we made it, it was like, okay, we're going to hope that when this thing, finally hits that it goes wide. But, you do these things and you just don't know. It's not like stand-up. I can control that. I can go out. I know what I'm going to present.
Yeah.
And, your writer, director, sometimes, bouncer, Artie will tell you that. You're doing everything. You do a movie, and then when it's done, you're like, I don't even know what's going to
Did you ever write a movie?
I did, yeah.
Did you get to produce it and put it out there?
Oh, I did some short film stuff, but nothing.
Are you frustrated with the scripts you get in the sense that you're like, well, I'm at the mercy of some screenwriter? I would think you would take the matter into your own hands the way you did your stand-up career.
Yeah. No, I did a few, comedies that were, that were decent, but more like highlight good. There's moments in them. Right. But as a whole, that's why I'm writing my own stuff now, and we'll see what happens.
Were you popular as a kid in high school?
No, absolutely.
Were you loserish?
Loserish, very introverted, panic attack. I used to have a tree called the throw-up tree on the way to school. And if I could make it past the throw-up, which I never could, I'd be frozen, my hands would be tingling, because the thought of being around people was just horrifying.
You're antisocial in a way.
I'm pretty shy.
You are shy. Were you the type? Did you get laid in high school at all?
Never.
Never?
No.
No girls looked at you?
I did finally lose my virginity in high school, but to my first girlfriend, but she was homely.
And she acted like she was doing you a favor.
But she was homely now, but she was hot then because I was very homely and zits. And
did you go to college?
No, I did not.
You did not go to college.
No,
you went out to make your career happen.
Stand up in 1990 and never went to college. High school, and that's it.
And
isn't it funny, though, that you wound up entertaining college kids?
Well, the best thing is when I would do the colleges and I would walk in and then like a teacher or some staff guy would be like, you're here for the show? And I'd be like, I am the show.
Did you start to get laid as you became a stand-up comic?
Oh, yeah.
And then the girls started to take notice of you?
Oh, yeah. Like 22 to 28 was legendary for me.
Really? Famous chicks, too?
Just gonna,
famous and
not really at the time.
But really
like
hot.
C-listers at the time.
Yeah, but hot chicks who wanted to be famous.
Yeah, like Soleil Moon Frye's assistant.
Right. That type. Not that you had Soleil Moon Frye's assistant, but that type.
Right. Somebody like her.
Somebody like her.
I've seen her. She's hot, that assistant.
Right. And sometimes two at a time. Did you orgy at all? Was that part of the legend, so to speak?
In Reno, I did that.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And how many girls were in the room with you at that time in Reno?
I did. It was my first threesome.
Threesome?
Ever. Yeah.
And you knew how to handle it?
Oh, I was overwhelmed, Howard.
Shoot your load rather rapidly?
I think I knew it was going to happen, so I jerked off a couple of hours early
just like me.
Yeah.
Well, just like every guy. Two.
I did it just like you, too.
Two girls at the same time. Did they know each other? The girls?
Yes.
How did they know each other?
They were like
prison,
they worked at like a men's club,
Prison.
and prison.
Yeah, it was like they knew each other. You met them somewhere doing a show, kind of thing, and they said, "Hey, let's go back to your room and party." And before you know it, they're naked. They're in your bed.
Yeah.
And now, I guess one's handling your penis, the other one's kissing you.
Yeah, I've got like Joey Lawrence hair at the time.
Wow.
I had this huge, like Lethal Weapon mullet, just big hair.
Does a time come where it goes to your head that you start to think you're even better than you are? Like that you're a superstar, you're God,
No.
Were you humble always?
Yeah.
You were pretty.
Probably to a fault. I should probably be a little bit more cocky about it.
Embracing your success.
Yeah.
But you had terrible tragedy for not only your parents dying within 9 months of each other, but even worse, you got ripped off financially. And I guess the case is still going on.
I know. I can't talk too much about it.
Can I tell people what I'm talking about here?
Please.
Okay. You had a business manager who was your stepbrother or half brother?
You have. Yep.
Half brother. In other words, this was your father's second family.
My mom's. Yeah. My mom's ex-husband's son's brothers. Something.
You were close to him growing up?
Oh yeah.
You made him your manager.
Made him
manager.
Bookkeeper.
Made him your bookkeeper.
Yeah.
You're accusing him, I guess, of stealing millions of dollars from you. Millions. 3 million or something like that? Is that the right number? Up.
Yeah.
Is it 11 million?
It's dancing around that number. Sure.
Oh, God. Oh,
listen, I got to tell you something. First of all, you hear the number $11 million. In order to realize $11 million, you got to make a lot of money.
You got to make 22.
And I think you seem like a pretty grounded guy.
Yeah.
In show business, it's fleeting. You never know how hot you're going to be forever.
That was the nest egg.
That was it. Once you had this $11 million, it gives you a certain creative freedom.
Yes.
A freedom in life. You can afford a home. Because stand-up comics, for the most part, don't make it.
Oh, yeah.
You beat the odds and you made it and you acquired this $11 million.
Absolutely.
How does he get $11 million? I
don't know, man. I still don't know the answers.
You weren't watching the books.
Well, he was my brother.
Right. So how did you come to find out that this has got to be incredibly painful? Because he's the one person you want to be able to trust.
That's the thing is, I can't really talk too much about it because I still don't know. He's in jail, and until the trial, I don't know the answers. It's still a mystery to me.
Right. Will you have to testify?
I'm sure when it finally comes to pass.
Has he written you and said, listen, please, let me out of this?
No.
He's not even
Somebody
talking.
I talk to pretty much every day of my life.
What a nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Somebody you talk to.
How did you discover
when you watch like a 48 Hours, like those were my favorite shows,
Yes.
and I used to watch those shows about people like Double Life and be like, almost kind of like, wow, that'd be kind of interesting to have that happen. Like it was almost so fascinating. Be like, wouldn't that be cool to have? I always wanted my family to have a deep, dark secret. I was like, that'd be great to, or live in a house that has like a ghost child running around, like murdering people. Just something crazy.
You probably told your brother this.
I probably did.
You get a morbid curiosity.
That's going to be his defense.
Yes.
I was just trying to make your fantasy come true. So in all seriousness,
but how did you discover it? I mean, when did you know that you were ripped off?
It all happened literally within, like, at Thanksgiving of last year. Life was just hunky-dory and, coming off, my parents and all this stuff that had happened and starting a new tour. And then within a few days, everything just completely
Hey, did you see the $11 million I had hanging around here?
Is it true that you hired a business manager who then uncovered this, who figured out for you that a lot of money is unaccounted for?
I can't really answer it because I don't know. I mean, I did hire a new business manager, but they didn't really discover. It was just something that kind of happened through a course of a few days. Just like absolutely everything I thought about this person was I guess I should say allegedly different. But, when it's over, I come back and tell you.
No, understood. I feel for you
story.
because I imagine there's not too many people in life you can really trust and say, you know what, I trust this person with my life,
and
my money.
isn't it great to take a family member along for the ride and to be able to
the thing is,
share everything with them?
He was a corrections officer.
Right.
And he was even almost like killed by an inmate. And I went to him and said, because he has a son, I was like, I want you to, I don't want your son worrying about his dad. And so I'm going to double time it.
Wow.
I'm going to go on the road, and I want you to come work with me. And so it was like, this guy was a corrections officer. I hired him to, protect my money, not help it escape.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what a nice thought, too. You're saying, listen, I'm worried about you. Let me take you out of your life where you could get killed. And it's a beautiful thought. And do you feel like not only betrayal, but do you feel like a dupe? I mean, it's the worst.
Look, it was like an anvil to the head, but I'm one of those people, man, that just, what's next? I'm on to the next thing. I just want to wrap it up. I want the truth to, come out.
Surface, and that's it.
And then...
Is the money gone, or does he have it somewhere? Is there a chance that you could recover it?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. I mean, the Attorney General and people they allude to things, but I can't know much. It's a family case, so I can't.
Has it split the family?
No.
It hasn't split the family?
I have 5 sisters, and everybody is like, they know what I'm about, and everybody's just like, they can't believe this guy.
If he is convicted, how far would the sentencing go? How long?
I don't know, because it's a state case, so it's like, I know that's different from if it was a federal level, but yeah,
sometimes you get more time for that than murder itself, because we value property.
I'm learning as I go, but it's been it's been a wild year, to say the least.
I'm sorry about that. I mean, that's got to be really, really awful. I mean, to lose your parents in 1 year and then have your brother allegedly do this to you is unbelievable.
Yeah, it sucks.
Did you ever feel any guilt putting him in jail, or none whatsoever?
No, I'm one of those people. It's like, if karma gets you, and whatever you put out there is going to come back.
How is it you've never had a drink of alcohol in your life? Are you not curious to at least see what this is all about, or what's going on here?
I look at Artie, and I feel like he's like me in another dimension.
Right. You're the opposite.
Way out.
Right. No, but seriously, how do you never have a drink of alcohol, or you've never tried a drug?
Never.
Never smoked weed?
Nothing.
I mean, it almost points out what you say. You were such an introvert and sort of, let's say, nerdy in high school that maybe you never were part of that scene.
Okay,
but sometimes that's how people loosen up.
Yeah,
that's
true.
But here's the thing: is I knew even when I was like, my best friend in school was like, he was like the biggest. He was drinking Jaeger before classes, and he was getting stoned. We were like Goofus and Gallant. It was like I was like the Halo guy, and he was, and. He, and so we were buddies, and but I'm like one of those people. I'm not competitive outwardly, but I'm really competitive with myself. And if I did coke, I would have to be the most coked guy in the room.
Right, you'd want to be the best coke
Golden
guy in the
God
world, right.
on the roof.
So, in other words, your personality is such that even if you drank, you would become an alcoholic.
If I do something, I take it all the way to like, insanely ridiculous levels.
So there's no moderation, and there's no way you fear, in a way, taking a drink.
I don't fear it. No, I think I'm going to wait. I'm like 50 and just do heroin and meth and everything. Just rock it out.
I don't know. I don't think so. So, but yet you seem like a very grounded, very focused guy.
Sure.
And then I hear that when you were doing a stand-up somewhere, you got heckled and you jumped off the stage and beat the guy over the head with a microphone. Is that true?
I got in a little bit of a fisticuffs years ago outside Nashville with a guy.
But
I didn't just jump off the
react.
Talk
you
about
don't understand.
What happened?
Really, how pissed you can get at those people.
What happened?
Like you do a lot of gigs and like crappy Chinese food restaurants that they turn into comedy clubs when you're coming up. And
it's got to be depressing.
The guy threw like a Buddha mug at me, or something. Something came out of nowhere, and then he
threw something.
Yeah,
he threw something at me. It might have been like a spare rib, or I don't know what it was, but
right.
I saw some debris come through the spotlight there, and then I said something about his girl. I went like right after his girlfriend because she was just yammering and fucking obnoxious. So.
And then the nightmare couple.
Yeah, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna kick your ass in front of everybody, and the rest of the crowd got like Thunderdome. They were like, we want to see it. Yeah. Do it, kick his ass. And like, so they were egging me on, and that old thing, like one time I was in high school, I didn't like to fight. I was so scared, and these bullies forced me to fight another kid who was also a pussy. Two pussies fighting each other in the schoolyard. We're literally both like hitting and being like, "Are you all right?" You know, like we're crying and like,
God, such a gladiator.
Are you all right?
Like the
it was like Sean Penn and Bad Boys. You know, like
feeding the Romans to the. Yeah, well, go ahead. So
I ended up getting in like this, this physical confrontation with an audience member, and
wow. And did you kick his ass?
No, he kind of kicked my ass.
Yeah, how hard?
But I did get a good shot in with the mic, and it did that nice feedback sound.
But you were brave.
I did. I had to, stand up for myself because it was, you can't have a spare rib thrown at you during a show and not.
Now get back to this financial thing for one more question, because I forgot to. Do you now have money, or are you bankrupt?
No, I have money.
You have money?
Yeah. I mean, I continued to tour even beginning, before that happened, and then throughout. So it's. I've been pretty blessed that I have great fans, and
yeah, sure,
I'm in a good spot.
I mean, it's unbelievable. What do you think of comics who are working? And is there a certain age they should give it up, hang it up, like
if they're not making
if
it?
a guy hits 50 years old.
I was doing gigs, Howard, with Rodney. I used to host for Rodney at the Laugh Factory, before he passed away.
Sure.
Still, when he would come in with an earpiece on, and his girl would sit up in the balcony and are you going to go into the thing about the your wife and the sexual like she would feed them the lines, and
really
he was still killing. Rodney would kill, and he would do that thing too. It was like, it shows you how comics were all a little insecure and fucked up. He would come in, I would host, and he would always do this thing, Rodney, where I would have to say, "Ladies and gentlemen, we have a legend here, Rodney Dangerfield," and Rodney would stand up, and he would do this, and I would say, "Rodney, would you come up for a minute? Would you come up?"
And so it was all planned.
Yeah, he had to have this. And he'd say, no, and I would have to say to the crowd, "Do you guys want to see Rodney?" And they would go, "Yeah," and Rodney would kind of do his thing, and then, "Come, Rodney, you're gonna," and I was making him come up, but every time.
Did he need that because he wanted it to seem spontaneous, that all of a sudden he just came up and blew away the crowd, or did he want it because he didn't really want to be in a small club and he was just doing everyone a favor?
I think it's like that thing where I know if you don't do stand up for a little bit, not only do you get you feel like a newbie all over again, but you just feel like, do they care, or they get this?
Rodney was insecure to the day he died. Is what
I believe so. Yeah.
Wow, isn't that something? With all of his success.
Yeah, man.
And all the movies.
But I believe
and
you can do stand up until you're.
Why is it important to you as a stand up comedy guy to? I see guys do this. You beat Dave Chappelle's record of staying on stage for over 6 hours. There seems to be some sort of longevity.
What is the reason for that record?
Yeah, why do you need to do that? I don't understand what the thing is there.
It really wasn't. It was a local. It's not a world record. I think some dude in Europe stayed on stage for 9 days or some shit.
You were on 7 hours. You did 7 hours straight on stage.
I did.
Holy shit.
Is that hard for the audience? I mean, I don't care who you. I don't care if you're Steve Martin. I mean, it's 7 hours on stage.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Why did you do it?
Because it was there was a record at the Laugh Factory that Pryor had set 3 hours 50 minutes, and then I had done 4.5 hours years ago, and then Chappelle came and was like, "Man, I'm gonna break that Dane Cook's record, man. Give me the mic." And so he went up, and he did 6.5 hours. But if you know Dave, 4 hours of it was lighting a cigarette.
Yeah. He moves, got a slow pace.
And deliberate.
Moving a stool for.
Right.
Dave's got "Man, I'm gonna move the stool, man. Blow a smoke ring, man."
It's a good bit.
So when you're growing up, who is the person that inspired you?
Steve Martin.
Steve Martin, right?
That was the comedy album that I held on to, and my sister saw him at Madison Square Garden, and I remember the night she came home, I was 14, 15, and she said, "I just saw this guy, Dane, and he stood on stage," and she told me that he did this, 20,000 people, and I said, "I'm going to play Madison Square Garden someday."
Was anybody in your family a comic, or where do you get that from?
Everybody was kind of funny.
Right.
Yeah.
But
either funny or stealing money.
But it takes right. But it takes balls, which is funny if you're not the guy getting stolen from. Well, I mean, it does take balls to get up on stage that first time. Were you horrible the first time you got up?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. The first few years are just absolutely, cringeworthy when you kind of watch it back. But
I feel like a lot of comedians are jealous of you. I think maybe it's the internet thing and the tremendous success with playing stadiums, right? Joe Rogan accused you of stealing his material. Do you get that a lot? Do you feel that's out of jealousy, or do you feel there's some legitimate claim there?
No, I don't. It's definitely not legitimate claim. Right. But the thing is about it, it's tough to talk about from the perspective of a person. You're the perfect example. You start to get the success, and then there's the same people that were once saying you're the shit, you're the next big thing. Every DJ for a couple of years was like playing my bits and touting me, and I knew I was already in like the
fetal position.
I'm gonna get smashed.
Rolling Stone magazine called you like the up and coming great comedian of all time, and then the following year when you had your success,
like the following week.
The following week said you were a piece of shit and you don't deserve any success.
Oh, that's
nice.
Are they nice?
I know.
But but I know that feeling because
that's a turnaround.
I've been on the cover of Rolling Stone twice. The cover of Rolling Stone was a big deal to me.
Of course.
And then I remember when we started on satellite, after our first show, the guy wrote a review and said that we were the worst thing ever. We were great until then, and then we got on satellite, we were terrible. And it upset me, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, when you're I love comics. I respect comedy, the art of comedy. It's all I ever wanted to do since I was a kid. So when people that you respect especially are the ones kind of, slinging at you, it's confusing.
Right.
If anything else. But I never really responded to it because it's just superfluous, and you're not a thief a little bit. You're a thief entirely, or you're not. And if you look at everything I've done, you can clearly see that, these are my ideas, and, I don't know.
Right.
People say what they're going to say, man.
That's right, but you don't let it bother you.
But
you are an angry guy. I'm
an angry guy.
You have a couple of incidents which are very interesting.
I
here.
do?
Yes. It says here, according to the New York Post, Dane was once kicked out of Smith & Wollensky Steakhouse for being too difficult.
Absolutely
According
not
to an
true.
employee, Dane's assistant ordered for him. He got a steak and sent it back 3 times. The chef was furious. Eventually, we told him enough is enough, and they threw you out of Smith & Wollensky.
That is not true. It's the chicken parmesan, those douchebags. No, that's absolutely not true. I laughed when I read that. Not true at all.
So, in other words, there's no fact there at all.
I've never been kicked out of any restaurant my entire life.
That was Sam Cook.
I said this earlier this morning. The Post once wrote that I bought a stripper at Scores, a brand new car or Mercedes or something.
But when you're famous, you have to actually ask yourself, is somebody impersonating me out there and doing these things?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of...
But when I read that, I'm like, okay, not only is it a slow news day, but they're like, let's make up some real boring slow news. It's like, pick an A-lister to lie about.
As of June 2007, Dane was single. Then he dated Costa Rican singer Raquel Houghton.
Yeah,
that sounds hot to me.
She's beautiful. I'm with her now. I'm back with Raquel Houghton.
Are you living with her?
Girlfriend?
Yeah, she's beautiful.
And she sings.
She sings. Except she just had a tonsillectomy that went wrong.
Yeah.
And she was hemorrhaging and bleeding, and she's not singing right now.
But she will be able to again?
Yes.
Tonsillectomy.
Yeah.
What got caught in her throat? This is a hot chick. Are we marrying this one, or is no way you'll ever get married? Because
I don't know. I don't know what I feel about marriage entirely. But
you in love with her?
Yeah, she's cool.
You're in love.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah.
That must be awfully good what you're getting over there.
I don't masturbate violently anymore.
I got to see a picture of this chick.
I masturbate lovingly.
Young chick? How old are we talking about?
17.
17,
no.
Nice. From Costa Rica. Those are impressionable girls.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah. Very, very nice. You met the family?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, this is the greatest. 2008. Jessica Alba, I guess you worked with her on a movie.
I did.
Hot chick, right?
Mm-hmm.
No interest in her?
Oh, yeah. But she had a boyfriend.
She had a boyfriend.
Yeah.
No chance for romance.
No.
She says, and this is what I would do on a film. She says that you purposely did a lot of extra love scenes and nude scenes with girls in order to, mess around with the girls.
Oh, my goodness.
Purposely the nude scenes.
Jessica accused you.
I purposely wrote nude scenes.
Just
accused
undressed.
you and other cast members of tricking female extras into shooting unnecessary sex scenes for their own enjoyment on the set of Good Luck Chuck.
Yeah, this sounds legitimate.
Now, why would she say? Did you get along with her when you made the movie?
Oh yeah, she's cool people.
Did you ever call her up and say, "Why are you saying this about me?"
I did.
So what did she say?
She said she wrote me an email back saying things are misconstrued and the entire thing wasn't quoted, and I'm like, what was the beginning or ending of that quote? Hey, watch me be ironic. Hey, I'm about to go into Bizarro world for a minute. Let's.
I mean, if you were going to do that, do the scenes with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I don't know anything about what.
I mean, because that seems kind of, seems kind of sleazy, and it's a really damaging accusation. I think.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah,
And
who would do
look,
that?
it
Hurtful.
continues to show up in print every time you want to do an interview.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's the whole thing is, all this, that's what's really interesting is like everything sticks on the internet. Everything is fresh news, like even the Joe Rogan, like I have nothing with Joe or even like Louis C.K., like we worked all that stuff out.
Louis
like,
C.K. was another comedian who gave you shit and said you ripped off material.
Yes.
And you called him and you said, look, here's what I'm doing.
I wrote him a passionate email, just talking about everything, putting it out there. He wrote me back, and, we were sitting on a couch a year later at Comics Come Home. Good set.
But you're right. The internet,
fans get in, and they like...
The internet, the very thing that helped your career, can also hurt it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, absolutely.
What do you mean that the Jessica Alba thing? I don't think I would have let her off the hook for that because that's not cool.
That
I don't like.
Really creepy.
Yeah.
What do you think? I mean, how can you take that in stride?
Because
If somebody said that about me, I'd be really hurt. I really would.
I know, but Howard, if you kept everything that everybody said about you on your mind, you would.
But wait a second. Here's a woman you worked with.
Yeah.
I mean, you develop a certain respect for each other, I assume.
But she said 10 other really wonderful things, or during junkets, she said amazing things too. So I don't know. Maybe she was having a bad period.
I don't know. But to say, hey, Dane was doing unnecessary sex scenes, it was pornography.
Well, I did. I like I said, I reached out and I said I thought that was uncalled for, and why would you?
I think she should issue a retraction. What do you think of that?
Well, she did to me.
Yeah, great. This I like about you. You say that you have incredible phone sex skills. What are you talking about here? Because I'm bad at this phone sex.
Yeah.
You're saying because you're on the road with your comedy all the time.
Sure.
Not Jessica Alba, the Costa Rican. She's away from you, I guess.
Yeah.
She doesn't travel with you all the time.
Right.
You call her up and you begin this phone sex.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And you're able to beat off with her saying dirty things
How
to
do
you.
you initiate?
I think that's so hot. What's the
How
matter?
do you-
Oh, let me see a picture. Here's a picture of your girlfriend I've never seen.
And then you can start.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Look at this. From not getting laid in high school. Wait,
I
Arnie?
know.
Let me see.
Robin?
I think I might have seen a picture of her somewhere. But
Hold
let me
it
see
a
if it's the
second.
same one.
This might be one of the hottest chicks on the planet. Look at that.
Yeah.
And those are real boobs, right?
Yes.
Look at this. And look at
For
this.
Wow,
now.
she-
For now.
Robin,
What?
you'll go get
Wow.
her. She's hot.
She's lovely.
The only thing bad
Wow.
about
Well,
this
I'm
picture is
happy for you.
the only thing bad about this picture is the Red Sox hat. That's it.
Yeah.
Let me see that. Red Sox hat.
No, that's a looker.
You can't see that, huh, Robin?
No,
Yeah.
I can't.
Boy, I
Yeah.
like her.
I look forward to ruining this relationship.
Will you ruin it?
No. But maybe for the bits.
Hey, well, I've done that.
Everything's for the material.
And you have phone sex with her?
Yeah.
Is she good at it?
Yeah, she's good at it, but I think I'm better.
Well, what do you do? What do you say?
Do you ever feel ridiculous having
Yeah,
phone sex?
I wanna hear.
I get self-conscious. Pretend you're talking to Robin on the phone. What do you mean? You get nude in the bed in the hotel?
You know what it is? It's just, first of all, I have a very wide vernacular, so I know a lot of interesting
You watch
words.
a lot of porn.
Know a lot of the slang, the jargon. I'm a bit of a verbologist.
Yes, but with girls, you got to be careful. Like you can't say like
You
the word
can't creep
cunt,
'em out,
right?
yeah.
You
'Cause-
can.
You can?
If you say it lovingly, like, oh, baby, you're a cunt.
Yeah.
like,
That's the move.
but you gotta.
I wouldn't even try
Let me
that.
try
I think
that.
he's
You
going to
gotta-
get you into trouble.
Let me try that. Oh, baby, you can't.
No.
No.
No good? What was the difference?
I don't know. You sound like you just sat on something. I love you, pussy.
No, I mean, you got to be really careful because, like, I know my wife, she gets
Girls
turned-
love confidence. So if you're confident even in your phone sex, that's why it's like you can be a comedian and be butt ugly and get laid, because if you have the confidence to make a room full of people laugh, women respond to that.
How do you get into it? Do you just say, what are you wearing?
Cunt.
No, I go like this.
What are you wearing?
Do you open with cunt?
What do you open with? If you
A
don't mind.
song.
No, okay. No, but what do you say? Hey, how was your day? Blah blah blah, and then you go, oh baby, this girl's very very good looking. I can see
Yeah.
why you want to engage her. But what is the line? How do you get the move in?
We do some role playing sometimes, sometimes I pretend I'm a super spy, I'll be
Really?
like, I've infiltrated the base. And I know where you are.
Yeah.
See, I would keep
Yes?
that phone call going and call the cops on the other line.
You what?
You infiltrated the
no, no.
base?
I'm moving out.
I have the president of Costa Rica
Oh,
tied to a chair, and I will murder him if you don't suck my balls.
I'm sucking your balls. I see.
Please don't kill the president.
Please don't kill the president. The president of Costa Rica is changing the whole world.
See, when I role play with a hot chick,
Wait, there's a woman on the phone that wants to have phone sex with you.
oh,
Right now.
let's see
Oh,
the
Jesus.
skills.
Hi, honey.
Hi,
That's a dude.
how are you?
That's a guy.
Talk to her and give her some respect. Go
That's a
ahead.
guy. That's Gary or something with some voice modulator on.
Go ahead. Talk to Dane.
I'd like to help you come.
You're 75 years old.
You sound so youthful.
Oh, my-
I'm ready to fuck.
Oh my God.
Can't get into it.
I want to tickle your prostate.
Oh, she sounds like a Haitian lady I used to work with at the nursing home.
Can I put my finger in your ass?
All right, honey. You're not turning him on.
That is horrible.
But that is amazing. It's some girlfriend you got there,
Yeah,
huh?
she's cool.
What does she weigh? Probably nothing.
What does she weigh?
I mean, unbelievable.
She's pretty thin.
How you meet a girl like that?
I met her.
Jennifer Aniston's house?
What?
I don't know, party.
I don't get her.
No.
No, I met her at the comedy club, of course.
No kidding.
Years ago.
She was at a show and
Yeah, she worked there.
look at you.
That's how it goes.
By the way, you can see Dane Cook and Friends tomorrow night at 7 o'clock at the New York Comedy Festival. Is that true? It's in Madison Square Garden.
That's it.
Who's the friends? I mean, just different comics you respect?
Bill Burr is going to be there. A lot of guys I started with. You know, kind of the group I came up with. Robert Kelly, Gary Gulman is going to be on the show, and then I get some remote stuff from George Lopez, Sarah Silverman. I asked Artie if he wanted to swing in and do a set. I said, even though we're not friends,
That
it would
was
be
very
Dane,
nice.
Dane Cook and acquaintances. For when,
Guys I kind of know.
The
guys that
garden.
are not.
Is the garden intimidating in the sense that it's such a big room? I mean, how do you play to the garden?
That I was telling Dane that the biggest room I ever played was for something called Comics Come Home. When I did Rescue Me, Dennis Leary asked me to do something with him, a charity he always does, and it was 7,000 people.
Wow.
And because of being on this show, I'm able to do 4,000 or 5,000 sometimes, which is unbelievable.
Yeah.
But it's so when you come up playing 300 or 200 or even 100-person clubs, the timing is so different. It's like when you get a laugh, you almost have to wait for the wave of laugh to come down, and then it affects you.
Dane, there's not too many comics who play 20,000 seats.
Maybe 4 in history.
Yeah, how'd you learn how to do that? I mean, you went from small clubs to boom, 20,000 seats, no?
No, because like I said, man, this is 20 years on New Year's Eve.
Okay.
And so all through late 90s into 2000, I was doing all college stuff at like 10,000, sometimes seaters. And
Wow.
I was building up a fan base for a long time before, people thought I was an overnight whatever.
No stage intimidates you, huh?
No.
Things sound good aside from losing 11 mil.
Things are good.
Yeah.
Girlfriend didn't threaten to leave when she heard you lost 11 mil?
No.
That's
She
a
knew I
keeper.
had a few bucks underneath the mattress.
She knows you have a couple of mil left. That's pretty good. Do you ever worry with a hot chick like that? I mean, when you go on the road, do you ever get jealous and worry that she could be fucking some guy on the side?
No.
No.
You can't think, that would be terrifying. I used to think like that. I was the paranoid guy for a long time, too.
Now you're secure.
Yeah, checking in every hour and all that stuff.
Naive.
Yeah, it took a long time to get through that crap.
What's the longest time you've been separated from this beautiful girl?
We were on and off for a little bit.
On and off for a little bit?
I was off for a year and dated some pretty amazing women, and then once I was done with that, back into
You broke up with her,
yeah,
and then you said you went out and dated
yes.
a couple of hot chicks.
I had to. Here's the thing: is when you're like the homely whatever kid in school. I was like, I told my family, I go, I want to date the most beautiful women in the world.
Right.
And so my goal when we were on this break, and then I was, kind of hanging out A-list, for a minute doing that. I was like, all right, I'm going for it.
Who will you date? Like famous chicks, right?
I don't really. I will for you tell one person who nobody knows that I dated,
Who is it?
Nice.
but I can. I
Share.
I can't get too.
Who is it?
Oh, Howard meant share.
Who
that.
is it?
The hottest woman in the world, very talented too. I'll give her props. Was the Pussycat Dolls?
Yeah.
Nicole Scherzinger.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lead singer.
You were dating her.
Yeah, she's
Nobody
hot.
knew for about 7 or 8 months.
And that's
Yeah?
a hot chick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
she's
so
hot.
what happens there where you break
What
up?
doesn't?
Why? No, I'm saying what. I mean, why break up if it's that good? Sexually was good.
Well, because at the same time, it's like, Hollywood and people that are like, I don't want to date me,
right?
And she was just really very driven, and you can't be with that for a long time.
It's hard.
You don't want to be on a break. You don't want to be on a break and have to be like, I just want to fucking come home and sit, play some video games, and have your girl be like, oh, I'm in Morocco.
Right, you want to be with her.
You gotta come see me. I'm in Nice, France.
Right.
Hop on the... It's like, I'm a homebody. When I'm not doing shows, I just want to relax.
And this girl, she's with you.
But that was it. It was like, okay, she's cool. She's, fan of my comedy. Make her laugh. And then, make this dream come true from this awkward kid of, dating one of the hottest chicks for a minute.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. But everybody's happy now.
Wait, somebody else is on the phone wants to have phone sex.
No.
Maybe this will work out better. Let's try.
Howard.
Go ahead, honey.
Hello.
Okay, what do you want to say to Dane?
I love a hot load on my face.
Wow.
Well, who doesn't? Ultimately.
Right
Join
into
the
it.
club, pal.
You love a hot load on your
With his dick in my mouth.
I'm
Dick
sorry.
in mouth.
What was that?
I once sucked a black cock.
Oh,
it was so big, I puked all over his balls.
You sound very pensive.
I don't think you
Got it, hot buns.
Buns.
You don't want to.
Talking. I'm getting ready to come.
All right,
Oh
easy
my God,
does it.
is that the computer voice from War Games?
That is unbelievable.
Do you want to play a game
Jim,
of chess?
Jim, go ahead. What do you want to say?
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey Dane, big fan, man. I even let my kids listen to you. ages 16 to 9, man. I don't care. You're just friggin' hilarious, even
thank
though
you.
Artie doesn't think so.
Oh,
Artie, you
what
don't
do
think
say?
I'm funny?
I never said that.
Go ahead, Jim.
I'm only kidding. Hey, Howard, did you ever see Dane's movie, My Best Friend's Girl?
Yes, with Kate Hudson.
Fucking hilarious.
So
But she admitted, though, that you guys hooked up.
she admits that the two of you had sex.
Yep.
This is a first.
But-
Why would I?
He's embarrassed to
you
have banged her,
deny it?
obviously.
No, unless I had cheated and I was trying to hide
Right.
something. But no, man, I didn't. We did not have a dalliance.
He would be the first to admit it, I'm sure.
She had a boyfriend.
Well,
She was with Dax Shepard.
let me tell you something. Sounds like a good life.
I
Sounds
can't
like
complain,
you're living
man.
the dream.
And you know what? Now I finally got to say I did Howard Stern.
I'm so glad you came in today.
I've been trying for years, man.
Wow.
I told Gary I was sending my first CD 10 years ago.
You happen to be a great guest.
Oh, thanks.
You talked
I'll
about
be funnier
stuff.
next time.
This was a good interview. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving you the 10. I bet you the audience would too.
All right.
I'm telling
It
you.
was a funny thing happened. I don't know if Dane remembers this. A couple of years ago, I was in Boston. I was doing a gig for the great Bill Blumenreich, who
Sure.
we both know,
Yep.
promoter up there.
God rest his soul.
And I was in front of my hotel in the car waiting to go to the gig.
Right.
And it was kind of a rainy night, and I was tired on the road, didn't want to go to do this gig and everything. And I guess Dane was in a car right in back of me, and he noticed me walking in. I had never met him, and I hear a knock on the window. And it's Dane Cook, and he said, "Hey, Art, I just wanted to say hi." And I said, "Hey, Dane, how you doing, man?" He goes, "I'd love to come on the show sometimes, or Howard like it, blah blah blah." And he said, "Where you going?" I said, "I'm going to do a gig out in New Hampshire, stand up gig tonight." I said, "Where are you going?" He said, "I'm going to make a movie with Drew Barrymore." He was on his way to the set of like an $80 million motion
Hey,
picture.
Dane, are you friends with these people in the sense that, like, you go to their parties, like, you don't party with Drew Barrymore's house? I imagine there's a real wild scene going
No,
on.
man. I'm like, I do my shows and the show's over. I'm like, I'm
That's it.
kind of homebody,
Yeah, but when you
Well,
live in
that's
LA,
what I was wondering, because you were talking about
Nah.
making these friendships on the sets. Do you keep
I did
these
that
friendships?
when celebrities were like I used to hang out at the Laugh Factory and like you'd look and like Bruce Willis would walk into the club next door or like
Right.
Halle Berry. That
what I'm talking about.
I did that, But then,
But you don't get to go to-
change, and you're Spencer. You don't hang out with Spencer and fucking reality.
I don't mean that,
douches
but you
and-
don't get to go to Angelina Jolie's Christmas party at Brad's house.
I get invited to a lot of stuff, but I'm selective. I don't.
You don't go to- you
I've
don't-
never been invited to Angelina Jolie's.
You don't go to David Arquette's house every Sunday in Malibu for the big
You're not
party.
playing basketball with them?
You don't play at Gary Shanley's house.
Oh yeah, the big badminton tournament.
What's
that they
going
have
on?
over-
Gary Shanley has a badminton tournament going up. All right, listen, it's good to see you still have your head on straight.
Thanks, man.
I haven't gotten carried away. Where are you off to next? next to promote? I understand you got a very busy schedule.
Yeah. The tour rages on. It goes all the way through to, when I hit, like I said, 20 years, it'll be my hometown of Boston on New Year's Eve at the Boston Garden.
And today you're doing a bunch of promotions as well, right? You're doing a bunch of interviews.
Yeah.
Where are you going to next? That's what I want to know.
Alexa Chung, baby.
Alexa Chung.
She seems to be on the rise.
Oh, yeah? You're going to talk to her?
Yeah, she's apparently a model who has a talk show.
No kidding.
Is that
But
right?
everybody, it's the hot thing.
Will you seduce her?
Will I seduce her?
Yes.
If she wants me to do the phone sex, then I...
It was good to have you here.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, really enjoyed meeting you.
Hello.
Dane, how'd it go, man?
It was very good, man. I had a good time in there. Finally busted my Howard cherry. I've been trying to get on here for 10 years.
Yeah, he said he wished you would have came on earlier, and he said you were a good guest. How does that feel coming from Howard?
Very good, man. This is the guy who meets everybody. Howard knows everybody. So getting the thumbs up is, I'm going to have a good day today.
And what do you think about that phone sex? 2 callers.
Probably
called it phone sex.
one of the most embarrassing things. I'm sure if I ever hear it on playback, I will cringe.
Yeah, but you say you're so good at it, though.
I am pretty good at it, but I got to be more in the moment, and there has to be a girl. I'm looking at Howard, and I'm trying to reenact phone sexual
The first one
moments.
was a girl.
I don't know about that. That was an old girl.
She's dead, but she was a girl. So you had a good time today, man?
I did, man. It was fun. I look forward to. They asked me to come back, and hopefully, maybe I'll be a friend of the show. That would be kind of cool.
Nice, man.
Yeah, put me on the speed dial, and I'll call in or come in and hang.
Cool. All right, thanks.
All
for
right,
stopping
you
by.
got it. Later.
Lou Henner, Mary Lou, of course, used to be the star of Taxi.
That's right.
She's written a whole bunch of health books. She used to fuck John Travolta. I remember that. I mean, bang. She talked properly about that.
Well, she loves sex. She admits that.
Loves sex, loves the smell of a man, loves the taste of a man. But more importantly than anything, which I'm shocked. Hi, Mary Lou.
Hi.
I'm more shocked than anything that all the times I had you on the show and spoke to you, you never mentioned this autobiographical superpower you have.
Well, it's so weird because, I've always had it. I've talked about it a lot. I was on Bob Costas talking about it in the Today Show, in different shows. People would ask me about it. But, I never knew it was that unique. The whole 60 Minutes thing has surprised me probably most of all because I had no idea it's being considered a superpower. It's crazy.
That means, according to the piece on 60 Minutes, which I saw, Mary Lou's brain is one of only 6 that they know about in the world. Her brain
So
is actually,
far, yeah.
It's actually larger than most people. Have you ever been tested IQ-wise?
I'm sure when I was little at school, but I never knew what it was or anything.
Were you super intelligent in school?
I was. I was very smart in school. I was one of those good little Catholic school girls. I got 4 scholarships to go to the University of Chicago. I was,
Wow. You see, it seems like...
But that has nothing to do with it because a lot of the people, in fact, the first woman who came forward, she talks about the fact that she was not a good student. Some of the other people in the group felt like they were not good students at all.
They've
Louise and I both said
only found that 6 people in the world so far have this ability. And by the way, Mary Lou has procreated. She has children, which is good because I want this genetic...
Well, do the children have it?
It's my younger one. I have 2 boys, 15 and 16 years old, and they both are super intelligent. My son, who's 16, is graduating, and he already got into Columbia University next year.
But do they have that ability?
Well, my younger one does. He doesn't want to own it yet, but he's got the greatest memory I've ever seen on anyone else.
But does he have autobiographical memory?
He can tell you. He doesn't have his. He can't say, "Oh, a certain day was a Monday or Tuesday" and things like that. But I know that if he really wanted to, he could. But he remembers every detail. No, Mom, that was 3 weeks ago, and stuff like that.
For those of you who didn't see this piece on 60 Minutes, and Mary Lou's referring to the fact that her son is still developing his superpowers. But Mary Lou has a superpower.
When did it kick in for her? Because that
11.
was also.
Well, you know what's interesting? I mean, I can remember back to 2 years old, 1 year old, 5 years old, but it really like gelled at 12.
Mm-hmm.
And but I still remember 10, 11. All.
Let
that,
me explain to people what your power is, because
sure.
maybe some people didn't see 60 Minutes or hear my show yesterday. The superpower is called autobiographical memory. So the way it works is, if I said to Mary Lou, Sunday, no, I don't even have to say Sunday. Let's say I said November 4th, 1972. She could
November 4th, 1972 was a Saturday.
And you could tell me what the weather was that day.
Well, in Chicago.
What was the weather in Chicago that day?
Well, I mean, this is so funny. November 4th, 1972. I know exactly what I was doing on that day.
You're probably blowing John Travolta.
No.
Go ahead.
I didn't even meet him until 3 weeks later.
Oh, I see.
Yes. No, actually, I went to a restaurant called Gaya's Restaurant in Chicago. I was at the University of Chicago, and I was also in a show, Good Woman of Szechuan. And
what was the weather that day?
It was cold. Well, it's always cold in Chicago, but it was particularly cold, and I remember the dress I had on. It was,
They say that it might sort of be like OCD, this amazing ability.
It's weird. It lies in the same place in the brain, but I mean, I might like an organized closet, but believe me, 1 in 6 of us had to be organized, so I came from a big, messy family. But I don't have, like, phobias, or I don't have a germ thing, or I don't obsess on things. And
How deep does the power go? In other words, would you know what your waiter looked like that day at the restaurant?
Oh, definitely. Oh, no, I totally know what I looked like. Oh, what's so funny is that I can tell you, like, what I weighed, who I was dating all the time, what I was wearing, what I was doing. And it's funny because I was practically a grown-up before I realized other people couldn't do it.
Do you remember?
And do you remember everybody's name?
Names, it's like I remember. It's very experiential. You know what I'm saying? It's like
right.
I'm in my body when I think back to it. I see myself at a party that night. I see myself at this restaurant that night. And I feel like I'm walking through the crowd, or I'm talking to somebody, and so.
But when I mention a date and I say to you such and such a date, and then you go, "Oh, that was a Sunday."
What do I see?
No. When you say that was a Sunday, in other words, you don't even have to go through a process. You just know that was a Sunday, that date.
Well,
How does that work?
I don't know. In the 60 Minutes, when my son was asking me dates, because what's funny, I spent 4 days with 60 Minutes, so you can imagine what I went through. In fact, one of the days, I ended up answering. They gave me every memory test known to man. I mean, every test that has ever been conceived to test somebody's brain. So it wasn't just about autobiographical. It was everything else: visual, sequential, numerical. Every single test that has ever been designed.
Do you have to? Let's say I said to you, "Give me Bob Smith's phone number." Would you?
Well, phone numbers have always been easy for me because I can always associate them with dates.
So you don't need a Rolodex. In other words, if I say anybody's phone number, as long as you've processed that number in your head somewhere, it'll come up.
Yes.
Oh, my God. Do you remember what happened to us, me and you, in July of 98?
In July of 98, I was doing, you mean at the Four Seasons?
Wow. Unfucking believable. You do remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember the exact date?
It was during the middle of the week. I went with, it was July 16th.
That's right.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I ran into her. What happened that day in July?
It's probably, okay, so July 16th, 1998 was a Thursday.
Right.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Right. And so in the afternoon, I had a big brunch at my house, and I was working on one of my books. I was still.
When you say you had a big brunch, what did you eat?
I had like a big salad of cold noodles with sesame sauce.
Did you make a big duty that day?
Oh my God!
Do you remember even that?
I'm a healthy girl. I know that you're healthy now, Robin, too.
I am.
Do you remember the day that you had your biggest duty? Do you?
I'm not going to get into the duty talk.
Wait a second. Do you remember the day you had your biggest duty?
The biggest in my life?
Yeah.
As a healthy person?
Yes.
Oh, it's every day.
It's every day.
Floaters, not sinkers.
Do you remember on on July 15th, 1994, how many duties you made? I'm being serious.
You know, I don't know.
You don't know. Does it play like a movie in front of you?
I'll tell you how it's so incredible. I've been describing my memory for so long to people that I used to call it, I said, it's like going to a card catalog, okay? Because I wanted people to sort of know what the access, how you access it.
Right.
And for me, once I saw selected scenes on a DVD the first time, I went, oh my gosh, this is what it's like. And what happens to me is that the entire year, when you say a year, it sort of like runs itself through and left to right, almost like a timeline. And I see all the little selected scenes of the year, like in a calendar way, but more next to each other, not in a page flipping way.
I see it as a blessing, but Robin was saying yesterday it could be a curse, and one of the people in 60 Minutes didn't want to come in, sees it as a curse because they can't even forget. I would think it would be a blessing in my life because, like, I do routines about my parents, let's say, that like this morning. I would be able to access all of the conversations and hear them again, right?
Oh, absolutely. And, I lost my parents really young. I was 17 when my father died. And he died a horrible way, and so did my mother. And I saw both of them die.
How did they die?
And he died during an argument with my brother when we were having a Christmas party at our house.
Was he killed?
No, not at all.
Did he have a heart attack? Oh.
And you can play that over in your head.
I can, over and over. And my mother died of arthritis. She was a dancing teacher and lost her
Let me
leg.
ask you something.
It's horrible.
Wait a second. Go back to your father. The day your father died, he was in an argument with your brother. You can recall the entire event.
Yes.
Do you remember your father's last sentence?
He had already kind of passed out when I came into because we were having this huge party in our backyard because we had a dancing school in our backyard in our garage.
Right.
And so I came in when he had already gone into it.
So
I know that my father's, I know my father's last words to me at the party. But that's something I think people would remember anyway.
Yeah, they would remember that.
Yeah, they would remember that anyway. So it's not so much things like that. But don't forget, as an actress, anything, it was never... When you only know something, it's not weird to you. It was never weird to me to have a great memory because I've always had it.
Yeah, but does it work like
people could too?
As an actress, when you were on Taxi, they hand you the script. Could you read it once and then completely have it memorized because you've read it once?
No, it's not so much a photographic memory. That's what photographic memory is. Although I have a very strong photographic memory because that's an easy. I can sit there and have the experience of reading through it and then almost see the page in front of me. But it's not like I can read a script once and then know the words.
What was
maybe 3 times and I'll know the words.
What day was it that you first saw your first pubic hair down there?
Oh, stop.
I'm serious.
I know you really have to veer this conversation.
No, I want to know because I don't remember.
No, I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? Isn't that funny?
Well, do you remember the day you got your period?
Do you remember?
It's one that sprouts out. Do you know what I'm saying? It's
what was the day?
You go ooh, that's it. Stuff like that.
What was the first day you had an orgasm?
Gosh, then the person will know who. No, I'm kidding.
Go ahead.
I'm not telling you that.
Why not?
Because
you were never uptight about sex.
What?
When did you get uptight about sex?
No, maybe because I have teenage boys. How about that?
So what? Who cares?
I have 15 and 16-year-old. No, I don't have to go into that.
When did you have your first orgasm? But do you know the date?
I do.
Right,
what about when you got your period? Was that a shocker? And where were you? And the whole thing?
What was the date? Your period. Wait, better yet, what was the date? The first time you swallowed a man's...
Oh, I know that for sure.
Go ahead. What's the date?
No, I'm not letting this veer off into that.
Come on.
You want to talk about some of the other stuff?
All right, how's this?
What?
What was the weather like on the day you first swallowed a man's jism?
Beautiful.
It was beautiful out.
Beautiful out.
And...
Was it daytime or night?
Was it night or day?
Evening.
Evening.
Don't forget, I'm a good Catholic schoolgirl. We do everything. No,
here's a test.
Penetration's the mortal sin. Everything else is venial. So we get good at the venial stuff.
Mary Lou Henner, you appeared on my show 4 times. Give me the 4 dates.
Oh gosh, 4 times. Let's see. Well, first of all, do you know that I was supposed to be on your show Friday, September 9th of 1994?
What happened?
I was in New York. I didn't make it because my little boy, he was 5 months old at the time, he was sick. But it had nothing to do with the fact that the day before you were kind of nasty to my good friend Fran Drescher. I don't know if you remember that.
I don't remember. I'm friends with Fran.
Yeah, she's a doll.
Yeah.
She's a great girl. Okay, so I did end up on the show a couple weeks later talking, and that was September. It was Friday, September 23rd of 1994.
It says here you never appeared on a Friday.
What?
It says the first time you appeared on the show.
Uh-huh.
You say September?
Yeah.
What?
Howard, these are when she phoned in. These are all.
Oh, these are phone-ins.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus, Gary, she's right, and we're wrong. We're wrong. These are phoners?
But I remember in when you came to L.A.,
yes.
And I had to come super, super early in the morning.
You're right.
Yeah, and it was at the Comedy Store, I think. Yeah, wasn't it? You were in that, and I remember Robin, was in like a funny little boothy kind of thing.
Do you know let me just understand this. Do you understand the 4? Can you recall the 4 days that you called into the show?
I think I can. I mean, I'm not 100% sure because, it's a phone call, so I'm standing in my kitchen or my bathroom.
This is insane.
Wait, you got to hear this, Howard. So we went through the logs yesterday, and we couldn't find when she was in studio.
Right.
And it was making us crazy, so we couldn't find it. September 23rd, that day she's talking about, Jason just went and looked back. Her name's spelled wrong in the log. She's right, we're wrong.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's crazy stuff. This is crazy. I should have made love to you.
Oh, my gosh.
This is such a mistake.
You would have remembered that.
Was there any opportunity for you to make love to her? What are you talking about?
I think she wanted it from me at one point.
I always found you sexy, Howard. You know that.
I think I could have gotten her.
Judith Regan and I always talked about how much we loved you. Always.
Oh, man.
Do you remember the first time? I remember the first time I met Judith.
No, but wait a second. Give me one of the dates that you called into the show.
Let's see. Also, let's see. Tuesday, April. It was in '96. April 30th.
You are completely correct.
Oh, wow.
This is insane. Do you realize the superpower this woman has, and that eventually
what can you do with it?
This is
well, I'm writing a book about it because I know I can help other people. Because I don't want to do this just like let's bring out the little wind-up toy. That's so not what I want to do. I'm all about helping people, and I know that the scientists are going crazy over this because they feel like it's going to be great for Alzheimer's and other brain problems, et cetera, and just tapping into something that's never been tapped into before. And so in my book, which comes out in May, so I'll definitely come on again and talk about it. I'm talking about what it's like to not only be in this head, but also how to help other people learn how to access information, store it, and then retrieve it.
Really? You could teach somebody to do that.
I teach classes at marylou.com, and I have memory classes. I have a focus group. I know.
Yeah, but you've got that brain. We don't have that.
Yeah, but it's also the brain is a muscle, and so the more
you can't. I could have all the muscles in the world. I could never do what you do.
I can't turn anybody into this. I know that.
You're amazing.
But it's definitely something that that you can. I just spent a week with my sister, so I know some of the things that she'll refer to something, and I'll say no, it was this day, and then all of a sudden
she doesn't have the power.
She doesn't have the power. Everybody in my family is really smart, and they have great memories.
I heard she can turn invisible. Is that true?
You got the memory. She got invisibility.
She got invisibility.
Oh, that's a nice one to have.
And her dad used to be able to run really fast.
Oh, my gosh. that would be your favorite.
And your mother died horribly, too?
Oh, my mom was a dancing teacher. We had this dancing school in our backyard with 200 students between the ages of 2 and 80, including the nuns who came over for stretch classes because we lived next door to a Catholic church.
Yeah.
And my mom also ran a beauty shop in our kitchen with 25 women from the neighborhood.
No wonder she died young. She was exhausted.
Yeah. And so anyway, so she was incredible, and she had this dancing school, and then after my father died, the stress just took over her body, and she ended up having horrible rheumatoid arthritis, and she died from the complications of it and ended up losing her leg, and it was terrible.
It was awful.
No, terrible ways. And my parents were fabulous people. They created this environment for our neighborhood that people still talk about today. You know, it was just this little like gem right in the middle of all of it.
Hey, baby, let me ask you something personal. How are you holding up? Are you looking good?
Oh yeah.
Body still tight?
To see, I'm going to be on the Today Show tomorrow, and then next week I'm a judge on the Miss Universe pageant, and then I'm coming back to New York to do The View, and then
is the body holding up or what?
What?
How's the body look?
Good. I should come in and see you when I come back to New York.
You're not kidding. With these new superpowers, I can't get enough of you. I'm totally turned on.
It's so funny. And you're happy too. I'm happily married now too.
4 times, right?
My life.
Weren't you married like 4 times?
No, 3. But
3.
It's because I was waiting for this one. I've known Michael since the first year of college at the University of Chicago, but he was my college roommate's boyfriend.
This dude she married, she took her from her college roommate.
No.
How about Mary Lou is like sexual dynamite. She's sexual dynamite, but I'll tell you
She's sexual napalm.
She's sexual napalm. Hey, she loves sex so much, Mary Lou Henner. I hope she doesn't mind me saying this. She even told me she loves the smell, the taste of a man, right?
That's in my book. Yeah, I do. Oh,
and she made love to almost everyone on the show Taxi.
Except Danny DeVito.
But she found him sexy.
5 years, and we worked with 77 guys all day. Come on.
Well, listen
2
to
out
this.
of 77.
She banged Travolta. She banged Tony Danza. Who evidently is an animal. He would have sex anywhere and do animal. Why was he such an animal, Mary Lou? I don't even remember.
It's that energy. It's that Tony energy. But, you know.
He banged you in weird places, right?
Yeah.
In the butt? No.
No, not the butt. And also, she made love to. Now, okay, you get Travolta, you get, Tony, but even Judd Hirsch, she fucked. I mean, banged, excuse me.
I adore Judd. They were, these were great guys.
What was the weather like
70s.
under Judd Hirsch's balls on January 12th, 1984?
Oh, I wasn't with him then.
Wow, the memory on you. And you remember every sexual moment, right? I mean, it all plays out.
It's all. Well, see, I really believe that because a person has been through their lives, it's in there somewhere. That's why people, when they get rolfed or something, or some kind of change in their body or whatever, certain memories come back because it's all stored somewhere in our muscles and in our psyche and our hard drive.
That's what hypnotists will say. Yeah, if you really take a person back to the day, you can walk them through it. Just like they're there.
The experts say that we only access not even like 10% of our brain power.
Right.
So I believe what Mary Lou is, she is one of those people that she is what we're going to look like.
She got an extra couple of percent.
She's going to look like what we do in the future. And that she is the beginning of a mutation in the human existence, that eventually we will have these superpowers.
Oh, I'm excited about that.
Compared to her, we're like Gary the retard.
We're Charlie when he goes back.
Right. We're retarded compared to her. But we have this. She is the future. Don't you see?
Well, wait a minute. Let me just ask you something.
We're frogs.
Excuse me. Are you plagued by any of these memories? Are there things you would rather not have in your head?
Really not. Because, and you know what? This is
first time she met me.
Wait, what did you say?
I said the first time you met me.
Oh, well, you know what it is? It's like this. It's like if you process it in some way that it's just part of you. It doesn't become this like crazy emotional boogeyman. Like, oh, I don't want to look at that. I don't want to look at it. When you do that, then it really has power over you.
Well, the reason I ask is because people who have something really traumatic happen to them, they already are stuck with that memory, and sometimes they can never break out of it. Like it marks them for the rest of their lives.
Right.
Like that could be dangerous in a memory like yours.
Like mine.
The most tragic things certainly have been what's happened to my parents and things like that.
Right.
But but because it's such a part of me, and there are like lessons to be learned from things, and I just never, I can't say that anything so horrible to me happens that I would want to block it out. So maybe other people feel differently. I don't know. I'm not in their heads. But for me, even the most horrible things that have happened to me, it's a part of my life and part of my story.
Do you ever lose your keys? Is it possible for you to lose your keys? No.
You know what? I could be like, where did I put them? And then I'll just retrace, and I'll be like, okay, that's where they're going to be.
Wow.
What
an
so
ability.
It's like that.
I mean, this is just unbelievable to me.
Thank you.
Do you think your powers go so deep that, like, if you, like, have you ever witnessed a crime, but they needed to know, like, a person who was standing in the background and you could draw up the whole picture of what was going on?
That's never happened to me, but yeah, I could probably do that. I was involved in a deposition, and because of the details of my observations, they threw the whole case out. They changed it because my deposition was so crazy thorough.
Who was the best lover, Judd Hirsch, Tony Danza, or
all different
Travolta?
All different. Very different. And I have different relationships with those guys, of course. I mean, Johnny and I practically grew up together.
Do you know how many times, do you know every date of when you had sex with John Travolta?
I know every date that I spent with anybody in my life.
Wow.
Let's put it that way. Do I sit and calculate them constantly? No. But could I, it's like, this is what's interesting about thinking about anything.
What was the weather like the first time you made John Travolta, when you first made love to him?
Oh,
seriously.
I know. It was actually it was in San Francisco, so it was kind of
Of course.
Yeah. So it was like
it was
San
overcast.
Francisco type weather. What?
Was it overcast?
It was overcast.
Yeah. It was the evening.
It was evening.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'm wondering when she, pleasures herself. You can just go. You just don't have to take a magazine. You can relive an entire
Is that true?
sexual
Come on,
experience.
don't other people?
Not in your detail.
No, not the way you can.
It's like a porno movie in there.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's unreal.
like, but you know what's so funny? Because a lot of people, when they remember things, especially now, because of photographs or because of watching themselves from a video, when they look back on a memory, especially if it's sparked by any of those things, they see themselves in third person.
Right.
Kind of the way Scrooge did, where he was looking through the window and watching himself.
And that's what you see.
No, not me. I'm in my body.
In it. She's in it. That's what I'm saying. She can
in my body looking
relive the whole experience.
It's like time
banging
travel.
somebody.
What is your earliest vivid memory? Like, in other words, can you remember back to when you were 2?
Oh, younger.
Not in.
You don't remember in utero.
In utero, no.
What is your first memory? Like, how old are you?
I'm around 18 months.
And what's the memory?
Oh, it was my little brother. He was barely sitting up. My mother was holding him sitting up. I'm sitting and playing in my house. And in the apartment, we lived in the old apartment then.
Can you remember the conversation around you?
No. I just remember certain visuals from that apartment.
And you don't know the day or anything.
And I do remember one of my first really strong memories, but I know it because my sister was born on that day. So that was Monday, September 27th, 1954.
When Judd, all right, go back in your memory. Judd Hirsch is going to put his penis inside you the first time. What type of condom does he put on? Or
I'm
does
not
he?
Talking about that.
Listen to me. I need to know this. You have no ability to resist my question.
Oh, well, find one I can't resist.
Come on,
You
seriously.
can ask me about my husband.
Oh, I'll tell you why you're a good woman. I'll tell you. I heard a wonderful story about you. This new husband that you have.
Mm-hmm.
This guy had serious cancer.
2 of them. Yeah.
And she married him during his cancer.
Wow.
Well, what happened was, we got together, and 2 months into